I want you to visualize this scenario real quick. It's your 10th year anniversary, it's a late afternoon, the sun is setting, you and your significant other are cozy on the living room couch. Your kiddos are on the floor playing, and you gather them alongside you on the couch, and you turn on the TV. And you start playing your wedding film that maybe you forgot you even had, but you wanted to do something different for your anniversary. As it plays, you hear the ambience of the day, the birds chirping, the crowd cheers as you're proclaimed husband and wife for the first time, and one of your kids says, "Hey look, it's mommy and daddy." You listen to those fun yet meaningful toasts that were shared from your best man and your maid of honor. You reminisce as you watch an interaction with your grandparents that passed away a couple of years ago. This brings you back to remembering exactly what they said to you and how much you've grown up. And you're captivated as you listen to those very personalized and intimate letters and vows that you wrote each other. You look around you and you take in the life you've built together, the struggles, the triumphs, the ups, the downs, and you can't help but fall in love with that person all over again. The person that's been there with you through it all, and you remember exactly why you married that person. Man, I was getting the feels just like talking about that. Hopefully I did a good job at helping you visualize something that's years from now, which ties into the topic that we're going to be talking about today, and that is why you need a wedding videographer. How's it going? I'm Aaron Datu, and I specialize in creating wedding films with emotion-driven storytelling. I just wanted to preface that I in no way was trying to be negative in terms of your grandparents passing away in that visual exercise. It will make more sense later in the video of why I included that in that visualization. So if you are a bride or a groom that is planning your wedding, you often come across this question that you and your fiance talk about a lot, and that is, do I even need a wedding videographer? And with me being a wedding filmmaker, I obviously would be like, yes. Yes, absolutely. But there are many factors to consider. There's style, personality, and color, and of course price. But that's a video for another day. So here are my 3 reasons why I believe investing in a wedding videographer is something that you should definitely do. Also, these are a little bit more biased reasons as it is based off of how I film weddings, and again, not all wedding videographers are the same. So number 1, relive the day. I tell all my couples that I have the honor of working with to take in the day. Often you get so wrapped up in making sure everything is the way it should be, and it's kind of hard to be in the moment. But the one thing a wedding film does do, it gives you the ability to hit rewind on an important day of the beginning of your marriage. It's basically a modern day time machine. You're given the ability to hear the sounds of the day, the vows and letters again, the toast, the first look with your father, the first dance, the interaction with your family and friends, your bridal party. There's just something so sentimentally different about listening and watching those interactions happen and play for you in real time. And you'll notice I said listen, and that goes into my next point. Number 2, visual imagery of those that are most important to you. So this is one aspect that sets video apart from photo. And I by all means am not trying to talk bad about any photographer out there. They too are very important in capturing and freezing those moments in time for years to come. But one thing a photograph can't do is show movement and sound. Listening to the voice of someone that means so much to you, or even seeing that interaction happen, is just something that we are so blessed to have in modern day technology. The audio that is captured on your wedding day that is intertwined throughout your wedding film is what makes your wedding film, well, your wedding film. It gives a story to those pretty visuals and personalizes your film and sets it apart from anyone else's film. It turns that film into a one-of-one piece of art that you could pass down and live within the legacy of your family for generations to come. Speaking of legacy, that leads us to our last reason. Number 3, pass down in your family. So if you remember in that visual exercise, I encouraged you to imagine you're watching your wedding film at your 10-year anniversary, and there was a part in there about your grandparents passing away. Again, I am not trying to be pessimistic with you, I'm just trying to set you in the right state of mind. The one thing that I believe to truly value in life is, well, life. The hardest pill to swallow is to realize that all those around you, including yourself, are gonna die one day. But having some sort of professional media to document and cement those moments with those people that mean so much to you on your wedding day. People that you don't get to see as often as you'd like just because of how life is. And a lot of the times, a wedding is almost like a retreat for interacting and getting back together with your family members and close friends. And having the ability to share those moments again with your children, your great-grandchildren, and maybe even your great-great-grandchildren. That's something that I could barely wrap my head around, and I just know how important that really is. I hope this gave you some insight in what it is that we actually do and how important it is. And maybe even push you over the fence on contemplating whether or not to have a wedding videographer be a part of your wedding day. because your story deserves to be documented, relived, and passed down in your legacy. That's all I got for today's video. Thank you so much for your time. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. If you want to like, follow, or subscribe, you could find me at Aaron Tattoo Films on most social media platforms. And I'll see you all in the next one.